listen to me for a second. The other night, the house finally went quiet, the TV was off, the lights were dim, and the stressful day was fully behind me. I sank into my favorite spot on the couch, and right on cue, I heard it, that familiar click, click, click of little paws crossing the floor. My dog walked over, rested their chin on my knee, and looked up at me with those big, soft eyes. Every single one of us pet parents lives for that exact quiet moment, when the whole world outside just fades away and it's simply you and your best friend. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah Peterson, your neighborhood veterinarian. We've covered a lot of heavier medical topics on this channel lately, so tonight I wanted to slow things down and just talk about connection, because that's really why we share our lives with them in the first place. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. In the wild, nighttime is actually one of the most vulnerable moments for a pack. When you build a consistent, intentional bedtime routine, you're not just saying goodnight, you're helping trigger a real physiological shift, encouraging the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, while helping lower cortisol, the stress hormone. You're essentially helping your dog's brain recognize you as their steady, reliable protector. Tonight, I want to walk you through a 5-step bedtime routine, part psychological grounding, part soothing touch, and a couple of quiet health checks woven in along the way. Grab a cup of tea, invite your dog over, and let's build this together. Chapter 1. Grounding your own energy. First, a question I get often is, what's the ideal time to start this? There's no single perfect hour, but a helpful general guideline is beginning roughly 30 to 60 minutes after your dog's final evening bathroom break, giving their body time to settle before easing into sleep. Before you even touch your dog, it helps to shift your own energy first. Dogs are remarkably attuned to our emotional state, something often called co-regulation. If you're rushing around, mentally cycling through tomorrow's to-do list, and then try to pet your dog into calmness, their nervous system often picks up on that underlying tension instead. So step 1 is simply about settling yourself. Sit beside your dog, rest one hand gently and stilly on their back, close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath, holding it briefly before releasing it as a long, audible sigh. Repeat that a few times. In dog psychology, a deep, heavy sigh from a calm presence beside them can genuinely register as a signal that the environment feels secure. You'll often feel the muscles across their back begin to soften, almost like you've given them quiet permission to stop being on alert for the night. Chapter 2. Calming touch and gentle pressure points. Once that grounding has settled in, we move to physical touch. Quick, energetic head scratches are wonderful during the day, but at bedtime, slower movement tends to be far more calming. Start by gently placing your thumb between your dog's eyes, right at the bridge of the nose. In traditional practices, this spot is sometimes referred to as a calming point. Use the soft pad of your thumb to make very slow, small circular motions here for about a minute, and you'll often notice their eyes beginning to look heavier. From there, transition into what I call the long, sweeping stroke, using a flat, open hand to glide slowly from the top of the head, down the neck, and along the back toward the base of the tail in a slow, steady rhythm. This kind of directional, unhurried touch tends to have a genuinely calming physiological effect, gently encouraging a lower heart rate and a more relaxed breathing pattern. After a minute or so of this, gently move to the base of the ears, an area rich in nerve endings, and use your thumb and index finger to rub the thick, fleshy base in slow, sweeping circles. Many dogs will lean their whole head into your hand at this point, which is a genuinely good sign they're settling in. Chapter 3. A gentle at-home health check. Health. Now that your dog is fully relaxed, here's a quiet, useful habit worth folding in. While you're maintaining that same slow, loving energy, you can gently use your hands to do a light, informal body check. Something that takes less than a minute but genuinely matters over time. As you move around their neck and chest, let your fingertips gently trace under the jawline, checking that things feel even and familiar on both sides. Continue down toward the armpit area behind the front legs, gently feeling for anything new or unusual, since this is where several lymph nodes sit close to the surface. Move along the sides of the ribs and finish with a gentle, relaxed pass over the belly and groin area. If something feels different from what's normal for your dog, or if they show a slight flinch somewhere they normally wouldn't, that's worth mentioning to your vet. not as a cause for alarm, but simply so it can be looked at early. The real value here is consistency. Doing this regularly means you naturally build a clear sense of what normal feels like for your dog, which makes it far easier to notice if anything ever changes. Chapter 4. A simple dental habit. Without the toothbrush, battle dental health matters enormously for long-term well-being, since bacteria from the mouth can affect other organs over time. But wrestling a toothbrush into a tired dog's mouth right before bed rarely goes smoothly for anyone. A gentler alternative worth considering is a pet-safe, enzymatic dental gel, often flavored in a way dogs genuinely enjoy. These gels are designed to help interrupt the buildup of soft plaque overnight. Simply take a small amount on a clean fingertip, gently lift the side of the lip, and swipe it lightly along the upper gum line and teeth. No scrubbing or forcing needed, just a light, quick pass on each side. As your dog settles into sleep, their own saliva helps distribute it naturally. To your dog, it feels like a small, pleasant bedtime treat straight from your hand while quietly supporting their oral health in the background. Chapter 5. The scent anchor and the goodnight cue. Finally, the tuck-in. If your dog sleeps in a crate, a separate bed, or nearby on the floor, there's a simple trick worth trying: the scent anchor. Before settling in yourself, place a piece of clothing you wore that day into your dog's sleeping space. Since scent is such a central part of how dogs process their world, that familiar smell can serve as a comforting, natural anchor throughout the night, helping ease overnight restlessness or separation-related anxiety for some dogs. Once the lights are off and your phone is set aside, look at your dog with soft, relaxed eyes. A slow blink can genuinely help signal calm rather than alertness. In a low, steady voice, offer a simple, consistent, good night phrase, the same one every night, something like "all safe, good night." Dogs are naturally wired to stay a little alert to potential threats while the group settles down for the night, and a clear, consistent nightly signal from you can genuinely help ease some of that instinctive vigilance, letting them settle into deeper, more restful sleep. Building a consistent routine like this, night after night, tends to help your dog associate that specific moment with true safety and calm, regardless of what the day held. Tonight, try the slow breathing, the gentle forehead touch, and the dental gel swipe, and notice how your dog responds. I'd genuinely love to hear about it. Tell me in the comments how your dog reacted to the routine tonight. I read every single one. If this video brought you a little peace today, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now, set the phone down, go cuddle your dog, sleep well, and I'll see you in the very next video.